as we were involved in a neighborhood organization to save houses on Harris Road from a plan to extend the hospital garage. And it was a long and not terribly popular struggle. One of the memories that I have of that was a speech that Jenny gave to the planning board about what it means to be a neighbor. And it was an amazing speech. It could have been a speech in a courtroom, but actually I'm not sure we persuaded the planning board. But
well, we won.
Well, we won some
Eventually.
and we lost some. But Jenny has been generous with her time and her talent for many years. She is the sort of person who, if she's on the board of an organization, she's going to be more than a name on a letterhead. She plunges in and she gets things done. Another story I think of when I think of Jenny is the Iraq War story, because I heard George Hunsinger speak as the drums of war were pounding about how this was wrong and we should withdraw our consent. And I told Jenny about that, and she said, well, let's get him to come speak to the PCDO. And she got him to come speak to the PCDO, the Princeton Community Democratic Organization. And then after that, she said, and Dan Princeton, who was very involved in this, Dan and Jenny created something called the Anti-War Video Fund. And they made a commercial that was supposed to play on television in Washington, D.C. on the eve of George Bush's State of the Union. But the commercial got canned for reasons that are still suspect. But there was a lot of publicity because it was canned. And I could go on and tell stories about Jenny's sort of compulsion to actually solve problems, and instead of just complaining that problems exist. So she's been on the council, the borough council, for 3 years. She is a great councilwoman who really listens to constituents and values the voices, all voices. And I'm delighted that she's running for the Consolidated Council, so I hope you will all support her. I told her that I didn't want a speech from her today, that I thought it would be more useful for her to take questions.